For every goal that I score with the Chicago Blackhawks, I'm going to add one legend to this team, and once I'm done, I'm going to simulate one season with the added legends to see if we can win a Stanley Cup. So for our matchup, I'm going to be taking on the Boston Bruins with the Chicago Blackhawks. Boston, one of the hottest teams in the NHL right now, while Chicago, one of the worst teams we've seen in a while. Like, this team's trash. And like usual, I'm going to be playing on 5-minute periods with superstar difficulty and full sim style to play on the hardest difficulty possible. So I think this challenge is going to be a bit tougher than the Anaheim Ducks one, mainly because Chicago is a much worse team, and really, I'm going to have to spam Patrick Kane this entire video. He has to carry the way for us. So it should be no surprise the better team's going to be getting on the board early. Krejci's going to dish it over to Craig Smith, and he's going to tuck this one in the back of the net. But for some reason, I thought this goal seemed a bit weird. Now I'm going to be completely honest, I did not play good defense on this play whatsoever. But what is this goaltending positioning? This isn't an excuse for my bad defense, but what is this? At least attempt to stop the puck? But that's fine, because if Boston's going to score a goal like that, I might as well score a goal like that. Jonathan Toews is going to shoot the puck from behind the net. He's going to bank it off Linus Ullmark, and he's putting it in the back of the net. Like, this dude literally shot it from behind the goal line, banked it off him, and we scored. I don't know which goal is uglier, Boston's or ours. Actually, I take that back. Ours was definitely uglier. With our first spin, we're going to be landing on a team that's been dominating the league for the past 5 years, and that's the Tampa Bay Lightning. And with my selection, I'm bringing Martin St. Louis to the team. Now, I know for a fact there's going to be people commenting, oh, why do you have this shot assist or aim assist on? This is why. This is a perfect example why. We'll just leave it at that. With 6 minutes left in the period, Reese Johnson's going to go for a saucer pass, but it's banking off Nick Foligno. He's going to gain control of the puck, and he's going to tuck it in right behind Linus Ullmark. That deflection right there was incredibly lucky for us. With our next spin, we're going to be landing on the team we're playing right now, and that's the Boston Bruins. So Ray Bourque, I need you to lead the defense for us. So on this next play, I got the defense absolutely lost. I'm going to do a little stop and go move. I'm wrapping around the net. I'm going to get checked, but I'm going to keep control of the puck. And the defenseman in front of the net says, nah, I'm going to leave Reese Johnson open. So I'm going to dish it right to him, and he's going to bury this one in the back of the net, picking up his second of the game. Never would have expected Reese Johnson to be carrying the way for us. With our very next spin, I'm going to begin to select one of the greatest to ever play the game as I'm landing on the Pittsburgh Penguins, and of course it should be no surprise, Mario Lemieux, welcome to the team. Okay, nothing interesting is happening here, but I just gotta mention, Carlo absolutely manhandled this dude. It's not like it was a massive hit. He just pushed him over and his helmet came flying off. Not gonna lie, that's tough. With the first period in the book, Chicago's actually looking pretty solid right now. We've taken 11 shots with 5 hits. Our time on attack has been 3 minutes. We're ignoring the passing percentage. We're just gonna ignore that. But right now, things are looking fantastic. Before we get into the second period, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to pass the Dallas Stars in YouTube subscribers, and I'm less than 100 subscribers away. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on, and let's pass the Stars. So one of the reasons that we're playing so incredible right now is Peter Mrazek has been absolutely elite. I never thought I would say those words in a sentence, but Mrazek's doing his thing. So I'm trying to get Patrick Kane to carry this team, and that's not going too well. I'm going to cut through the middle of the ice, and he's getting absolutely lit up. And if you know anything about me, I don't learn my lesson. So Patrick Kane, let's do the exact same thing, but luckily you're not going to get lit up this time. We can't afford for Kane to get hurt. Not too much is going on in the second period, but we did have one elite chance. Dickinson's going to dish it over to Luke Streichel, but he's going to be tied up and he's missing the wide open net. That's a tough one. Okay, Reese Johnson might be the greatest player I've ever seen in my life. This dude is just skating through every single defender. He's going to go right to the front of the net. He's going to tuck this one in, and he's picking up a hat trick. Reese Johnson has picked up a hat trick. I didn't even know who he was before this video. I gotta start putting respect on the name because this dude's elite. Reese Johnson currently has 4 points in 31 games. That doesn't matter, we continue to respect him. With our next spin, we're gonna be landing on an original 6 team. We've got the Detroit Red Wings. I could have went with Gordie Howe here, but I decided to go with Nick Lindstrom. We got to improve this defense, and he's definitely gonna be a great partner to Ray Bourque. So with just 2 minutes left in the period, I'm gonna do a jump deke here, cutting through the zone. Somehow I'm deking around like 4 defenders, and I almost tucked this one in the net. But Boston's picking up a penalty, so that's gonna allow me to go to work. On the power play, it's not Reese going to work, it's Dickinson. This dude has the defenseman absolutely lost. He's come towards the front of the net, and he's going to backhand this one in the net. Dickinson had this dude lost. Like, where was he going? He needed a map. Not gonna lie, that's a tough look. With our 5th spin, what we really need is a goaltender, and we're landing on the New Jersey Devils, so that's going to work out perfect. Martin Brodeur, lead the team to greatness. And right after the Dickinson goal, we're going to have another amazing chance. Jonathan Toews, he's coming into the zone on a bit of a breakaway. He's going to go for the one-handed tuck, but Ullmark's making the save. If we'd scored back-to-back goals like that, including a one-handed tuck, I would have lost my mind. But here we are at the second intermission. The score is 5-1. Never would have expected this. I'm just going to keep it a stack. I never would have expected we'd be up like this. Okay, I just got to give myself props here. The defense I've been playing this game has been absolutely elite. Normally, I never play defense like this, but we're actually looking good. With us on the power play, that means we got to let Dickinson go go to work here. He's going to drive right to the front of the net, fighting off a couple defenders. He had a great opportunity here, but he's losing the puck. But Athanasiou is still going to get a shot off, but Ullmark's making the save. On the same power play, Tyler Johnson is going to get a great opportunity, but Charlie Coyle is going to be able to break the play up before he can get a shot off. So with 8 minutes left in the third period, Jack Johnson, he's going to tee one up, but he's going to end up hitting one of our players in the chest. And the one thing I never realized until I did this, Chicago has so many players with the exact same last name. You have Jack Johnson, Reese Johnson, Tyler Johnson, Caleb Jones, and Seth Jones. What are the odds of that? So with just a minute left in the period, I can't even explain this play. How does Jonathan Toews literally outskate the entire Boston Bruins team? Like, bro turned on the Jets, outskated everyone, and he's going to bury this one in the back of the net. So with what's likely our final spin, we're going to be landing on the Anaheim Ducks. So that means Teemu Selanne, I'm welcoming you to the team. And with just 20 seconds left in the game, Patrick Kane, he's going to get one more opportunity. He's getting between the defense. He's going to get a good shot off here, but Swayman's making the save. I guess they took Ullmark out of the game. So I got to look at the player stats real quick, because Reese Johnson, he's going to lead the way with a hat trick, and Jonathan Toews, he's going to be picking up 2 goals. At the beginning of this video, I never would have expected Reese Johnson and Jonathan Toews to be leading the way, while Patrick Kane picks up 0 points. Who would have thought? So here's what the new look Chicago Blackhawks are looking like. We got Teemu, Mario, and Patrick Kane on the first line, while Athanasiou, Max Domi, and Martin St. Louis are going to man the second line. And Jonathan Toews, he's going to move down to the third line center, where he's going to be in between Tyler Johnson and Taylor Raddysh. And I think the worst part about all this is our guy Reese Johnson's no longer on the team. He's just not good enough to crack this team. It's a sad day. He carried the way for us, and now he's gone. You hate to see it. The defense is looking fantastic with Nick Lindstrom and Ray Bourque leading the way, while the goaltending, we got Martin St. Louis in net. Peter Mrazek's the backup. We saw how much he dominated in the game, so I think our goaltending situation is looking elite. Never thought I would phrase anything with Peter Mrazek and elite in the same sentence together. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate halfway through the season, and we'll take a look at how the team's doing. At the halfway point, the Chicago Blackhawks are definitely that team. With a 28-8-4 record, we're first in the entire league. And leading the way with all the legends on the team, it's going to be Patrick Kane, 9 goals and 26 assists for 45 points. With Mario Lemieux on this team, Patty Kane's still going to lead the team points. I guess all Kane needs is a bit of help. And Brodeur, keep doing your thing in net. 24 wins, a 917 save percentage, and 245 goals against. We're going for a Stanley Cup. At the end of the season, Chicago looks fantastic with a 55-17-10 record. Mario Lemieux, he's stepping it up in the second half of the season, and he's absolutely dominating. 67 goals, 40 assists, 107 points. He's definitely going to be leading the league. Brodeur, 46 wins, a 912 save percentage, and 251 goals against with 3 shutouts. Keep up the great work. And not only is Mario Lemieux not going to be leading the league in points, but he's also not leading the league in goals. He's going to be behind Austin Matthews, who's picking up 113 points, but more importantly, he's picking up 67 goals as well. Normally, you would think 67 goals would be enough to lead the league. Not this time around. Of course, Marty Brodeur is going to be leading all goaltenders in wins, but we don't really need to go over that. So here we are entering the playoffs, and I'm sorry to say, but we're going to be losing the first round. There's no way we're going to be beating the St. Louis Blues. Those boys are just a well-oiled machine, and that's going to be too tough of a matchup for us. Ignore the 10-1 game. Just ignore the 10-1 game. Yeah, we made it to the second round. Ignore that 10-1 game. That didn't happen. That's not real. So somehow Chicago's going to be beating the St. Louis Blues. Don't know how that happened. It must have been a bunch of close games. But now they got the Colorado Avalanche. Now Colorado, they're a fantastic team, so this is still going to be a tough matchup, but we got a ton of legends on the team, so I don't think they'll be stopping us. We got swept. The Colorado Avalanche just swept us. Yeah, not gonna lie, that's a tough way to go out. That's a real tough way to go out. Boys, what happened in the postseason? I want to mention, Mario Lemieux after the first round had 10 points. He finished with 12. My guy, you just disappeared on us. Where were you?